Yo, it's me, CSCOTT, and now we have moved on to Tremors 5, Bloodlines. It's weird. I feel like I did a movie called Bloodlines, but it was in a different franchise. Doing two different franchises about the same time, which both contain a film which has the subtitle Bloodlines. Even though I didn't start reviewing the Tremors franchise until after I reviewed Hellraiser Bloodlines. But anyway, this movie came out in 2015, that's right. And I had just gotten into the Tremors franchise, and I was looking stuff up on Wikipedia, and when they showed that they were making a new one, I'm like, well, I got into this franchise at the right time. And so we got Tremors 5 Bloodlines with the return of Burt Gummer after he was sorely missed in Tremors 4, which I know it's the same actor, but it's not the same character. And here we get more of Burt being Burt the way he should be. And we get the addition of Travis Welker, played by Jamie Kennedy. He's decent too. I think this was a decent return to form for the Tremors franchise. They do update some things, they do change some things, and we'll get into that. The film takes place mostly in South Africa, because that's where they filmed it. The graboids and ass blasters in the film, there's no shriekers. They are all CGI. But, unlike the ones from Tremors 3, it's good CGI. I have not really I've seen like the first episode of the Tremors TV series, so I can't really go by anything on that, so I'm not even going to talk about it. But here, so if you're wondering about El Blanco, you're going to have to watch the TV series, and so will I eventually whenever I decide to get it. I will eventually, because I figure, I still have to get Tremors 6 too. I have to watch it on demand. I'm going to be pissed if I go to watch it later and it's not on there. I should check that when I'm done. I'll be pissed. But, yeah. So, Burt Gummer is now a wildlife survivalist. And he has his own TV show, and his cameraman goes to Vegas to do a to film Real Housewives of Las Vegas, and Travis is the replacement cameraman. And then Burt gets a call from a British man. He comes to him and he takes him to South Africa to hunt down a new species of graboid. And because they have found an Blaster in South Africa. And so because they updated the graboids with CGI, made them look different, made the aspects look different, they explain it by saying that it's a new genus, it's a new species, I should say, of graboid and ass blasters. No shriekers. And in this one, the tentacles of the graboid can detach themselves and go around, which is kind of like the dirt dragons from the original. So to them it's new, but to us, they showed that in the original. Not the original, but the fourth one, the prequel, so to speak. Yeah. And we introduced some African characters, where some of them are fodder. Half of them die. There's an African woman and her daughter who are important to the story. Overall, I'd say the cinematography is great, the acting is great, the CGI is actually pretty good CGI, and the new designs are actually pretty good. I hear some people say, but those aren't graboids, it's not the same thing. So what? In a franchise, you need something new. They've redesigned each movie since the first one. I've tried something new, except for maybe the prequel. In the second one, we got the Shriekers. In the third one, we got the Ass Blasters. In this one, we got the detachable things and a new look for the graboids and Ass Blasters themselves. I think it's good. I think it's great. I think it's fine. However, there is one scene in particular where one of their allies takes a little girl into a kitchen and an Ass Blaster follows them in. And it's very much Jurassic Park. Shot of the claw, open the door. It's very much a tribute or a ripoff of Jurassic Park, if you want to say. But there's another character. They introduce another character in this film that's just like Bert. He's their helicopter pilot, and he gives Bert this little can opener horn thing to call him if he ever needs help. Well, when the going gets rough, Travis goes off and he finds the graboid nest, the Ass Blaster nest, which is in a cave for some reason. And he drops a bomb, but it doesn't, a grenade, but it doesn't blow up everything. And so he tells Bert they need to destroy it, so they call the guy back. And his co-pilot gets eaten, and then he gets eaten. But then he shows up after they destroyed the nest, alive and well, because he blasted his way through the graboid. Now, if you remember from the third one, Bert also got eaten by a graboid and was saved by a chainsaw. But Travis asks how the guy got out, and he's like, he spit me out. He spit you out? Yeah, well, I tickled his insides a little bit, and he pulls up his gun. And I love this line from Bert. He goes, "Been there, done that, my man." And they do a little hand thing. It's good to have someone that's just like Bert in the film you can relate to someone. Although, speaking of relating to someone, they put in this subplot where it's sort of revealed that Travis could maybe possibly kind of sort of be Bert's son. And there's one point where Bert says, "I want a paternity test." Which I don't know if they ever get that paternity test, but by the end of the film, he just recognizes him as his son. I don't know. At first, I was like, wait a minute. Heather left after the first one, but Jamie Kennedy's way older than that. It's not Heather. The first time I watched this, I was like, it doesn't make sense because Heather left. Watching this again, it's not Heather. You know, Ruby McIntyre from the first one is a woman from back in the 70s, apparently, that Bert hooked up with. Which would make sense, I guess. And, yeah, before Heather, I guess. Although, I think it would have been a better idea, I just thought of this, that what if they did cast a younger actor? Someone who would be just a little bit, that would have been born shortly after the first film came out, like a couple years younger, and have him show up. And, because they could go back to that, because it could be retconning, but it could be, part of the reason that Heather left me is because she wanted kids, and I didn't. I'm a survivalist. Kids only weigh you down. You know, something like that. And then, you know, for Bert to realize she left because she was pregnant. And she knew I wouldn't. Damn. You know, that would have been cool. But they made it be a different woman from the 70s and cast an older actor. So, you know, that's alright. But I still think the other way around probably would have been alright too. They take care, they put, like I said, they built the nest, but the little girl still has one of the eggs and the little dart things around after her. So Travis saves the day, and then they, you know, kill the graboids and have a celebration, and Bert and Travis co-host the Survivalist TV show now. Question is, who's the cameraman? Travis was the cameraman. Now if he's on the screen, who's the cameraman? He gets old cameraman back? Who knows? Like I said, I haven't really seen the sixth one, so I don't know. Hopefully I'll be able to do that one later. But yeah, this one's not that bad. Like I said, I like the effects. Michael Gross is at his best in this film. Just great. I think this is one of the better ones. Honestly, right now, I would put it like the first two. I'm not gonna say which one's first, which one's second, but the first two I'll hold in high regard. This one, right after that, 3, and then 4 at the bottom. But we'll see with 6 where that's gonna go. And the reason I don't tell you whether 1 or 2 is at the top is because that's for my ranking. So, but those two are the two I hold in high regard, the better of the franchise. And then this one's actually, I think, in the middle. And then 3 and 4. 3's not bad, but. So, what are your guys' thoughts on Tremors 5 Bloodlines? Let me know in the comments below. As you can tell, I'm trying to go for a more efficient review. They've been kind of shorter here and there. Sometimes I might have more to talk about when it comes to reviews, so those will be longer, but I'm trying to be more efficient, so I think it's working. Shorter reviews. That's exhausting for me. I know that, but yeah, you guys should definitely buy this. If you like the Tremors franchise, you'll like this one. I can't say anything about 6 yet. I hear bad things about 6. We'll get to it. Also, I should mention, there is a... It's a kind of a warning too. There is a part in the middle of this movie where the guy who's sitting in there reveals that he's a bad guy because he wants one of the eggs. And so he locks Bert in a cage. And so Bert has to use his survivalist training to survive, and he drinks his own urine. And he says it's definitely an acquired taste. And then Travis comes to rescue him and is forced to chain the cage to the truck and take off when the graboid shows up. And they eventually find the guy, and he ends up dead, but good because he's a bad guy. I always find it weird when they introduce a human antagonist in a Tremors movie. They sort of did that with the third one when they had the government agents and Melvin, which Melvin was sort of a secondary antagonist. It wasn't a primary. And even I think they were just more like bugs that don't leave you alone. Just like little, because they weren't really a big threat. Neither was this guy. So I think as long as the human threat isn't bigger than the graboid threat, I think you'll be fine. But don't make humans the primary antagonist of a Tremors film. Tremors film. Like I said, I haven't seen the 6th one, so we'll see. But yeah, this one's not bad. Definitely buy it if you like the other ones. Even if you like the 4th one, I didn't care for it. But so, what are your thoughts on Tremors 5? Let me know in the comments below. Like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. I've been Scotty. I'll see you in the next one.